Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Jantz. As a mental health professional now, 40 years, I want to talk about a topic that's difficult to talk about. It just can bring up a lot of different emotion, a lot of feelings, and that's the effects of childhood abandonment in adulthood. What does this do to us? Now, abandonment can come in many different forms as a kid growing up. It could be a parent that left. It could have been a divorce. Could have been sudden death, a loss of a loved one. So abandonment is an umbrella that, as a kid, we may see things as I'm not loved or abandonment that could have been a tragic accident. So there's different types of childhood abandonment. And I've made some notes here. There's the physical abandonment. And that could take the form, though, of separation, neglect, even to be deserted by a parent. This all will and does affect our development. As well as number two, here's important, emotional abandonment. Not having emotional support from the key loved ones and parents and family members, where maybe physical needs were met, but not emotional. Perhaps you had food on the table, but there was never, how are you? Or never a verbal, I love you, or really not a, tell me about your day, I love and care about you. So there was the emotional abandonment. Now, what does this do to us? And I'm making this quick and to the point. Number one, there are the long-term effects. We can have what we call insecure attachment, which is really, in the adult, it's hard to attach to key or close relationships or to have close, trusting relationships because of the fear, ultimately, of abandonment. I can't attach, I can't be close or emotionally intimate with another person because they're going to either disappear. I never learned how to be close. I don't know what it means to have emotional intimacy because that was disrupted as a child. Number two, the clear fear of abandonment, the intense anxiety of losing a loved one, intense anxiety of losing somebody that you care about. I could never be in a relationship because of the fear of abandonment. It can be so intense that you may feel void of any possibility of having close intimacy, emotional closeness, close trust, and just that emotional vulnerability will not be there. And then finally, the impact on adult relationships. And two notes that I have here is the trust issues, just building a trust with another adult, really super challenging. You may find yourself doing a lot of trust experimentation. Can I really trust this person? And at times it can be gaming and gamey, but trusting in a relationship can be a great challenge. The other one that we need to look at is kind of the opposite extreme, and that's the overdependency. You're super dependent on another person, and another word for this could be codependency. I'm codependent on them. I'm codependent on my ability to be anything without them. I will overserve them, overextend myself to sheer exhaustion because I'm trying to gain approval and acceptance and to feel close. And I'll do that by being codependent and overserving. So, important just to look at that. There's obviously the self-esteem challenges. If you've had childhood abandonment, how you feel about yourself, you may feel that, man, I'm shameful, or I feel defective. There's something terribly wrong with me that this happened. And so you get into not only the self-esteem challenges, but the whole issue of I'm really not loved or lovable. So lots of anxiety and depression for the future. We do know when there's extreme issues of childhood abandonment, the possibility for something called borderline personality disorder, which is just chaotic living, constantly testing, constantly saying one thing, meaning another. A borderline personality is a whole other presentation, but it can emerge from very significant, painful abandonment issues as a child. All right. Emotion regulation, the ability to manage my anger, the ability not to be extreme, the ability to manage uncomfortable emotions, anger, fear, guilt. And we know that we've got to learn and come to a place where I can learn the skills of what's a healthy relationship. One of the things we do is we teach the skills of DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy. We teach the skills on how to manage and have healthy emotions, management of emotions, as well as then how do I develop a relationship that's trusting with others, and how do I redevelop this sense of discernment and being discerning in my relationships. Abandonment in childhood has significant effects on our adulthood relationships until we really address those.